Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Jessica.Simone, and pretty young thing. You need some loving from a real one. You see by the title, today we're going to be doing a sophomore year review to university. I'm going to be telling y'all how my sophomore year of college went in general, and some things I learned and some advice along the way. I have a Temple shirt on right now, and I didn't even plan that. I did not wear this shirt on purpose. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna say is going into my sophomore year, I didn't feel, I didn't know what to expect. When it started, I didn't feel older. I just I just knew the school a little bit more, but I didn't feel like, oh, like an upperclassman at all. One of the first things that I learned this past year is that not everybody is your friend, and I feel like I've learned that fast. Not everyone is your friend. You're gonna have party friends, you're gonna have associates, you're gonna have those girls or guys that you just say hi and bye to when you see them, and then you're gonna have your friends. I feel like by sophomore year, most people in school found their circle of friends, and you're gonna know who you hang with on the regular, and you're gonna know the girls or guys that you hang out with when you're just going out to party, or just stepping outside or whatever. By the end of freshman year, I felt like I knew, but then sophomore year came, and it's like, all right, some people got knocked off the list. You know what I mean? And even after, even in the beginning of sophomore year, I felt like I had a lot of friends. By the end, it was like all those girls that I considered my friends were associates, and I had to learn the difference. You know what I mean? Also, your friends from freshman year might not be the same friends sophomore year, or at least not all of them. If y'all have a group of friends your freshman year, just know that next year someone's dropping out. Someone's showing their true colors. Is 9 out of 10 times I feel like it's gonna happen like that, because everyone's still gonna know each other your freshman year of college. We're all coming from different states, different towns, different personalities, so it's like everyone's just kind of like getting along because we don't really know the real. But once you really get to know a person, that's when you find out, when you see who a person really is. And then yeah, sometimes you naturally fall off people, sometimes things happen. This is a tip. This is something I learned, and I knew it wasn't going to be a good idea, but don't live with your friends. Like, if anything, maybe one. Do not live with all your friends. Like, there's no shade with what I'm saying, but it's the honest truth. If you want to keep a friendship, if you're trying to stay good friends, do not live together. Y'all can live in the same building, but the whole roommate situation, all friends of a girls in the same friend group all living together, I wouldn't suggest that. If you want to keep the friend group vibrant and fresh, give each other space. But it's also good to like live close, either a building close to each other or in the same building, just not the same exact apartment or dorm. I feel as though with my overall personal experience, I like being around my friends a lot, but I'm the type of person who wants my space, and I kind of like to miss people. So being around your friends or living with your friends, y'all argue more, y'all around each other 24/7, plus y'all go eat together, y'all do your homework together, you go out together, so you're bound to argue, you're bound to get annoyed with each other. I felt like a lot of times I needed more space for myself, because freshman year I didn't live with my friends. I feel like I was more on top of my work. I still seen them all the time, did things with them, but I was more like relaxed. But when I lived with my friends, it was like constantly always around people, always doing something, and like it's easy to kind of get off your grind. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was easier for me to like get distracted. That's a better way to put it. It was easier for me to get distracted. You just have to know your personality and who you are as a person, and at the end of the day, um, everyone has a different experience. So with school wise, sophomore year, I feel like depending on your major, your classes sophomore year are going to be harder. You're going to have to put in a little bit more work than you did your freshman year. You're going to see that. Definitely depending on your major. I know my major, um, health professions on the track and nursing, is like, I was like, okay, I'm going to definitely have to put in more work. I'm going to have to study a little bit more, go to office hours, and pay more attention, because I definitely felt like I was in college. My freshman year was more like a breeze. I can kind of get away with just going with the flow of my classes and everything. But sophomore year, trying that, I'm like, oh no, it wasn't working out. I was definitely stressed a lot. This is the year that you kind of like step up to the plate a little bit more. Like, I had to take initiative and go to the library, because at the library I could get my work done more. You know what I mean? Rather than at home, I get distracted. So if I book a room at the library, I could get my work done, and I had to do things like that so I could stay on track of my class. I think overall, sophomore year, you're going to be a little bit more stressed, which means you need to prioritize a little bit better, because if you're anything like me and my friends, we did more, I would say, grown stuff sophomore year of college. Like, we had schoolwork. We're in apartments now. We had to pay bills, important jobs. You know, some people start looking into their internships at this year, but we had important jobs. And then plus, we like to go out and have fun. Like, college is fun, like I told y'all in a couple of my other videos before, but we're all here for a reason. So I feel like sophomore year is definitely important to start prioritizing what is important. And it took me a long time to adjust to how I was living. I remember my mom called it like growing. I remember my mom calling it like growing pains. What I would tell her, like, I feel like stressed, but I don't really know I'm stressed, because I went from freshman year just living in a dorm, just everything kind of being like a breeze. Sophomore year, class is harder. I became a nurse assistant, so I couldn't like play around with my job. I used to work at a grocery store freshman year, and then boom, sophomore year. Now I'm a nurse assistant, so it was a more important job. I had like bills to pay at my apartment, so I had to save more money. But then we would go outside and have fun, spend money. So I had to make sure I got my schoolwork done and out the way, so I could go outside and have fun. And it just was fun wise. I would say I had so much fun this year, just between me and my friend group. Like, just go to clubs and do our own thing, brunches. For each of my friends' birthday, including mine, like, we all did something. Like, we've been in New York. For my birthday, we stayed in Philly, but we did a whole bunch of different things. Like, it was just fun. I want to say when I first got to school, the beginning of sophomore year, I also had to realize that, like, just because I was cool with certain people when I left freshman year doesn't mean it's going to be the same when I return. Like, high school, like, it was a little weird, because I'm like, I left freshman year really, like, on a good note. I met a lot of people, and I'm like, yeah, like, we cool now. And sophomore year, I get there, and it's like, okay, maybe I'm not that cool with those people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, maybe I thought we were cool, but I feel like you really get to discern your connections with people. And you just have to allow people to show you how much they want to be in your life. Something good to know would be that at Temple, a lot of the off-campus apartments are not a bad choice. They're not bad to think about because I feel like they kind of end up being cheaper than like the dorms and stuff. It just depends on where you decide to live, but there's a lot of options for off-campus apartments. So if you are a freshman going into your sophomore year, or I mean it's kind of late for that, but if you're looking to go to Temple or whatever, off-campus housing is nice there, and there's a couple different options like the View. There's the View. There's University Village. There's Vantage. There's a lot. The Nest. There's so many different places to think about. Let me see. I can really just literally make a whole list for you guys and put it in a video because there's a lot of places. Greenery, Temple Nest, those are just a couple more names that came to mind. But yeah, some people have told me that they've got more money doing an off-campus apartment from financial aid, and I personally didn't get as much money as I got my first year of school with an off-campus apartment. So I guess it just depends, but I do think after freshman year most people don't stay in the dorm anymore. This is the year you want to make sure you pay attention to your GPA as well and get as many scholarships as you can because that all matters. We're trying to save money here. Why did my camera stand just break? Like, anyway, when it comes to like dating and guys and stuff, this is for my girls. Have your fun still. Your sophomore year, you're young. Have a little bit more intentions this year though. That's what I would say. Date around. Don't waste too much time on one person. Like, do your thing, meet people, talk to guys, date around, whatever. But if you like someone, have your intentions, have your boundaries, and know what you want out of it. Don't waste your time. Just keep it moving. If they're playing, keep it moving. If you see that you like them, they don't like you back, keep it moving. If you feel like you really like them, go with the flow. You know what I mean? Like, just have intentions, know what you want out of it, and yeah, that's the best advice. Because I feel like, all right, you're getting older now, know what you want and then act accordingly, and don't waste too much time. Like, it should be fun. Don't allow too much stress into your life. Don't allow people to stress you out, and that goes for any year of school. But like I said, freshman year, I feel like everyone's just like a free fall. But sophomore year, from my personal experience, everything I did was better when I looked at it for what it was and I had a backup plan, intentions, and just let myself go with the flow of life, but also kind of was more strict on what I wanted and what was true for me and my goals in life and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Another thing I want to say is you got to carry yourself a little different this year. Hold yourself to higher standards. You want to meet the right kind of people and the right kind of connections. You know what I mean? Know who to go to for this and that. You know, you just want to maneuver on campus a little bit better. But yeah, as a girl, you want to carry yourself good. I don't know if you guys seen my overall college advice video, but in that video I talked a lot about how you portray yourself in school, and that video is good to watch, especially for like freshmen, to overall get a gist of what college can be like. Alright y'all, so my camera keeps dying, so I'm gonna finish this video from my phone. But to sum things up, sophomore year, we want to be more established. I feel like if you're in school and you're not overwhelmed with classes, sophomore year would be a good year to get a job. as you know, if you're in college, money can be funny sometimes, especially if you don't make quick money, like you don't do hair or lashes or anything like that. Money can be funny. So getting a job on campus or somewhere close to campus. So before I end this video, we're just gonna go down the list of everything I talked about in regards to sophomore year of college at Temple University, my personal experience plus just overall advice, I would say. First things first, no, everyone's not your friend. No, it's okay. It's not the end of the world if you're not friends with the same people from your freshman year. Life goes on. Two, prioritize your life. Make sure you have some type of balance between school, social life, work, whatever you do. Prioritize your mental health because you're going to need that. Things get a little harder, work gets a little harder, life gets a little more, you want to prioritize your mental health because that's important. If you don't have that, then nothing's going to work out. The rest, if you distance yourself, do that because sometimes things aren't easy. On top of your schoolwork because it gets harder. Give yourself space from your friends, from people around you. If you need to be by yourself, be by yourself. To be more responsible with school, start different habits of studying and managing your schoolwork, however way you study, whatever works best for you. You start to learn. Like I said, me personally, going into my junior year, I'm going to live with one friend, but I wouldn't live with all of them. Don't live with all your friends unless you really want to. You need to experience things on your own, but I wouldn't live with a whole bunch of different girls. No, you're going to learn people's true character. You're going to learn yourself a little bit more. You're going to know what you like a little bit more, but you're definitely going to see who your friends are, to separate your friends from your associates. Like I said, off campus is probably the better option since you're getting older now. And when it comes to outside life and having fun, party life, definitely experience more things in the city. This is for people who go to Temple. Experience clubs, restaurants, different things just in the city besides Temple because there's so many things to do outside of Temple. So get your friends and go try new places. Definitely. But with that being said, this video is now done. So I feel as though that's all I could really think about in terms of my experience in my whole overall sophomore year at Temple. If you have any questions, please comment down below. Don't be afraid to ask any questions because I want to get engaged with y'all. But thanks for watching this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of content for you guys coming this summer and the rest of 2023 in general. So yeah, hit that subscribe button and let's get lit. So thanks for watching and love you guys.